Tottenham had two injury worries in the hours leading up to the game, but both Dimitar Berbatov and Jermaine Genius have been past fit to play after overcoming minor knocks, and they take their places in an unchanged Tottenham side. That means Jermaine Defoe is again on the bench on the day that he could make his 100th appearance for the club. The other three men named in the England squad for the forthcoming European Championship qualifiers all start. Everton made two changes to the side that drew at Blackburn on Wednesday. Alan Stubbs injured his hamstring in that match, so he's replaced by Jolyon Lesker, who makes his full debut for the club and his first ever Premiership start. The other change sees Tim Cahill replace James Beattie as Dave Moyes alters a 4-4-2 formation to 4-5-1. Tony Hibbert and Davy Weir are fit enough for a place on the bench for the first time this season. There's no place in the 16 for Simon Davis against his old club. Spurs get their second home game of the week off and running. And an early touch for Michael Dawson, the former Nottingham Forest man, who will be hoping that the next 10 days might bring him his first international cap for England.
Well, he's certainly come a long way since the academy days at Forest. I was lucky enough to see him mature through Paul Hart's academy, and Jermaine Genius as well.
Tenyo. Phil Neville just trying to steal a couple of yards surreptitiously. Referee Halsey aware of that, just asking him to take a few steps back before launching the ball back onto the playing surface. Arteta. Strong challenge by Tenyo. The referee looking for play to go on. This is Callum Davenport, and today he's starting his third Premiership match of the season. He only featured in 4 all the way through last season. Davenport, in the absence of Ledley King, has been Michael Dawson's preferred partner so far in the 2006-2007 campaign. Asuakota. Tim Cahill. Asuakota, who has got breathtaking pace. His arrival, of course, has seen Lee Young-kyo move from left back out of right back for the new season. Robbie Keane just dropping short to find Tenyo. Berbatov. On Tuesday night with good awareness he has in possession, Dimitar Berbatov.
Can't fail to be impressed by what Martin Jol's trying to do at Tottenham. A lot of young players out there building for the future. You just hope he can keep this side together. You can see it mature, grow together, and become a dominant force in the Premiership.
From Asuakota, finding Keane again. Certainly the two strikers will be the one that's more prepared to peel out wide and supply the width for Spurs, and he's won the first corner of the game.
Yeah, it's intelligent movement there from Robbie Keane. Gets in the channel, makes the ball easy.
Tenyo's cross. Hands header away, picked up by Lee. Kilban, I don't think, could get out of the way. That's what he's claiming, but it will be a Tottenham free kick.
Swift footwork there from Lee.
And a yellow card as well for Kevin Kilban for this challenge.
I don't think that's a yellow card. He just caught him with his arm there. It's his first challenge, Kevin Kilban. It's very close. Sitting right by the sideline.
Tottenham took the free kick quickly when referee Halsey was still going through the logistics of booking Kevin Kilban. So it's going to have to be retaken again. And the offence, which was right on the touchline, the free kick has certainly not where Kilban made the challenge. and it comes from Keane. Berbatov climbing, but Lescott got it clear. Tanio. Davids. For Aaron Lennon, who hasn't really been able to make too much of an impression so far.
I don't know why Robbie Keane's taking free kicks from wide areas. And he's a poacher in front of the goal. He wants to be in that 6-yard box waiting for knockdowns, not taking free kicks from wide areas, surely.
Berbatov. Genus. Lennon. Couldn't turn past Naismith. Carsley mopping up in behind him. I think Kilbann's defended well to make it an Everton throw.
They've got good protection there. It's the back four of Everton. Midfield dropping in. Kevin Kilbann tucking in a little bit. It's up to Spurs to break it down and find a way through.
Seen a few departures over the summer as well. Tottenham with Michael Carrick, of course, the most high profile of them, but Andy Reid, Gregor Rajak, Stephen Kelly amongst the other departures. Yep, significant money for all of them.
Talking about quality players leaving the football club, it just shows what quality he's still got here if you can afford to let those sort of players go. I think he's got the full backing of the board to do what he wants to and do it his way. Nice to see.
Who's taken a bit of time to become established here at Spurs. Farmed out in a couple of loan spells last season.
Saw him at Coventry in his early days. He did look impressive then. You thought he could go to a higher level. And here he is, alongside another talented youngster, Michael Dawson.
Zasu Akota, one of the least heralded summer signings, but he's certainly been an effective one, the 22-year-old. Lovely play by Davids. Berbatov, wrong-footed, still trying to make something of it.
There's a lot of good possession in the centre of midfield, but as soon as they get around the 18-yard box, Spurs, that final ball's not quite there at the moment. Just over anxious to make it perfect.
Pressurised by Lennon, just got it away in time.
And when you know he's coming towards you at that pace, the first touch has got to be so good from a goalkeeper. Can put you off.
A lovely turn by Tanio. Genus. First chance the Spurs in open play have really had to get Lee forward. And then trying to play the return ball to him, just couldn't get the execution right.
You know why? There are 9 players on the edge of that 18-yard box.
Berbatov. Got the ball eventually by Joseph Yobo. And Asuakoto with the throw. Neville again put under pressure by Tanio. Berbatov looking for the near post flick, and it's an awkward one. Gary Naismith, how lucky was that? He tried to clear the ball, and that was was nearly one of the most spectacular, ridiculous own goals of all time.
Well, the long throw causes the problem initially. Berbatov does well, gets a foot in. Look at this, trying to blast it over the bar, hit the bar. And he's the luckiest man in that football pitch at the moment. Had that got in the roof of the net, that would have been shown again and again and again.
I think it might be anyway.
Yes, so he meant to do that.
Well, he got it safe.
Look at this again. Just gets a touch, nobody gambling at the far post. You think, oh, comfortable clearance. Bang, against the top of the bar and to safety.
And it was with his weaker right foot, which is perhaps where the problems came, but Gary Naismith would have been hugely relieved to see that one at the top of the bar and go over. Davids got the better of Johnson, who's forced to come back and make an 11th defender for Everton.
Tell you what, Jim, I'm bemused by Robbie Keane. He's taking free kicks, he's taking corners. Edgar Davids and Lennon have got great ability from dead balls. Let them take it. Get him in the box where he's at his most potent. He's obviously under orders, but they're strange ones for me.
Davids. Howard, a good, loud call. Although he did it, Tim Howard to make the save.
Defenders love to hear a confident call from the keeper. We heard it from up here.
Osman had a genius. Alaska. Naismith, whose heart will still be beating that a little bit quicker than normal, I'm sure. Berbatov and Keane around him, chose the acrobatic route to safety.
And he's hurt himself in the process.
Everton playing on. This is the new directive, of course, these days in this new Premiership season. And everyone's back on his feet now. Good, strong defending from Asu Okoto.
Certainly was, and Philip Neville was desperate for somebody to come towards the ball. Nobody obliged for him.
King. Lee. Another clumsy challenge from Kilban. He's got to be careful.
Well, the assistant gave the decision. If he sends him off for this, it'll be criminal. I don't think he will. He's convinced he got the ball, Kevin Kilban. Colsey didn't see it, the assistant gave it. There we see, does he get a touch? He might have got a stud or two on it. He's been unfortunate to go for that.
Only one player booked in the game so far, of course, Kevin Kilban. King with the latest delivery, and Callum Davenport's header off target.
That's the threat. From Davenport, from Dawson, if the ball's good enough, which it was on this occasion. Tim Howard run outside his 18-yard box, giving his defender stick there for something. They're not picking up. Good delivery, gives everybody a chance to attack it. Davenport comes in late, just can't direct it downwards. Again, it's Keane taking the free kick. Big three there. Dawson goes in. Davenport could have done better with that. Half chance.
Not a regular goal scorer, even by centre-half standards, Callum Davenport, with only 4 in his career. Great, strong, quick break. No end product for Aaron Lennon, no handball either.
Got to be impressed, not only with the run by Lennon, but with the desire to get back again from the midfield of Everton, to deny him that chance, that block.
It's easy to see why there are so many players so excited about Aaron Lennon's future, both for Spurs and at international level as well. Seen by many observers as the natural replacement for David Beckham on the right-hand side of England's midfield. That was handball by Johnson. Play on, says the referee. Paul Robinson having the ball safely in his hands. Keane. Oh, magnificent control. Lescott got it away, but it was beautifully brought down out of the sky by Robbie Keane.
It certainly was. First touch was sublime, but again you see the passing range of Michael Dawson, brings it out of defence, the ability to do that and then play a ball as he did to Keane. See what Everton are trying to do in an attacking way with Kilban. He's the best header in the midfield. They're trying to get him against Lee and to get people playing off the header. He's been winning in this first half.
The Everton move breaks down when perhaps it shouldn't have done, with Phil Neville making his way forward and not being picked out.
It was poor from Arteta. Didn't need to hit it with that pace. There's acres of space for Phil Neville. Just play it into his path, let him do the rest.
Lennon. Lee. He's taken a touch. Now Kevin Kilban is going to be sent off. Only his third challenge of the game, but it's his second booking. And the Irishman leaves the field only half an hour into the encounter, and Everton will have to play for the last hour with 10 men. David Moyes very frustrated. The first yellow card seemed harsh. That one perhaps more routine, but Kilban is sent off.
Well, the first yellow card for me was ridiculous. Never merited a yellow card. It was his first tackle of the game. It was on the byline, on the touchline, sorry, and it's his second one. He's tracked him back. He's just got done for pace a little bit. He's caught him from behind, and in the eyes of the referee, there was a covering defender there. Mark Olsey maybe had no option but they sent him off.
That's his first red card for the best part of 6 years, Kevin Kilban, and it leaves Everton in need of drawing on their resources of resilience even more. It has been a very strong defensive performance from them so far, but it's going to be that little bit harder now. And Kilban, as you were mentioning, Gary, the focus of most of Everton's attacks as they try and get out. Now they've got this set piece to defend. And it's pulled short. Dawson deflected, and somehow as it looped up, Howard was able to make the save. And Dawson will feel that if he'd hit it with any conviction at all, Spurs would have scored.
Oh, what a well-worked free kick that was. The one thing that will disappoint David Moyes is that Kevin Kilban's an experienced player. Should he have stayed on his feet there, you could see there was help coming, and he's clipped him from behind, and you cannot do that. And when you're on a yellow card, you've already had one let off. Mark Olsey had to send him off.
It's only a throw rather than a corner.
Smiling, had a good chance there, Michael Dawson.
Still yet to score for Tottenham.
Surprised me, because he didn't score for Forest in his days there.
Smith's conceded a corner, although it was a better clearance than the one he made the last time he conceded a corner.
Just a little.
Tottenham's second of the game.
Again, Robbie Keane takes the corner.
Davenport and Dawson make runs from the edge of the penalty area. It was Davenport that got the touch in the end, but off balance, might even have hit his shoulder as it cleared Tim Howard's bar. And still, the Everton goalkeeper hasn't had a significant save to make. This was the chance from which Spurs should have scored, though.
Yeah, it was well worked, didn't get everything on it, gets the deflection. He wouldn't have gone in anyway. So, I mean, Genius might have been able to get something on it had the deflection not come. He was there in front of Tim Howard, but he'll get the look.
Reminiscent of that old set piece that Spurs had here in the 90s with Teddy Sheringham, when they used to play the corner short towards the edge of the penalty area, and Sheringham would drift off and make that near post run and shoot from that kind of angle.
You were but a boy then, weren't you?
Still a score. Johnson. Steered away by Genus. Tinier. Lennon. He's covering by Gary Naismith.
Not the ball Lennon wanted. He made a decent run. He needed the ball playing earlier along the floor.
Well, with the absence of Kevin Kilbane, they've moved Mikel Arteta back out to his favoured left-hand side to supply the whip down that flank for Everton. Carsley and Tim Cahill playing central midfielders now. Still Carsley playing quite deep, and Cahill, although he's got possession in quite a deep area there, is still doing his best to push forward and support Johnson whenever he can.
Still thinking about Robbie Keane taking everything. Look, free kicks, the corners. Just thinking what my old gaffer would have said, Brian Clough. I'd have done that. Pick the ball up, took a free kick, took a corner. My number 9 would have been there. Right, son, you're off. That's not your job. Get in the box, hurt somebody.
Strange, isn't it? Something that has, I suppose, come into vogue more over the last few years. Think of the likes of Thierry Henry, sporadically takes corners for Arsenal. Jimmy Floyd-Hasselbank certainly went through a phase of his Chelsea days taking them.
Jim, goal scorers are goal scorers. They're the ones you want in the box. They're the ones who get paid to put the ball in the net. Fine if nobody's out there's good enough to take free kicks, but look at the Spurs side, the talent.
Now Dawson has caught Johnson, and the precedent having been set for Kevin Kilbane's challenges, Dawson gets a yellow card.
Yeah, always going to go that way once he committed himself, and the pace of Johnson just got him away from Dawson. Good turn from him, just gets a toe end there. Clear foul, clear booking. Michael will know that.
Exception of Robbie Keane, everybody back to defend for Spurs, although Everton got 4 around the edge of the penalty area. Osman makes a 5th. Arteta swings it in very deep, a good one as well. It was Lescott arriving at the far post. Robinson had been taken out of the picture. Plenty of movement on the ball from Arteta, but Lescott found the angle prohibitive.
That's switching with pace, with quality, and Robinson comes, gets nowhere near it. Just couldn't put it back across the face of the goal. Had he done so, they've got a chance. I think Berbatov does well, puts him off a little bit there. It's a worrying moment for Spurs.
Space this time for Robbie Keane. Tanya. Davids. Howard at full stretch, but he had it covered.
It's a long way out, but why not have a go? He's not tested Tim Howard in the first 45 minutes. They need to start doing that. Good patient build-up, but a good protection again from Everton. Forcing that long-range shot. Does that take a deflection? Takes it with his left foot, takes it early, trying to catch Tim Howard cold, but it is going wide.
Just about as close as Tottenham have come, and there's a chance as the game went into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Only a minute to be added.
As I say, it's not been a nasty game in any shape or form, and yet one man's gone down the tunnel, sent off.
And that minute of stoppage time is up. The two teams level in terms of goals, but not level in terms of personnel after Kevin Kilbane was sent off. Michael Dawson with the best chance for Tottenham, but Mark Howsey showed the red card to Kevin Kilbane for 2 bookable offences. The first certainly pretty innocuous, but Kilbane is off, and at half-time it's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Everton 0. Nothing to choose between the two teams in terms of the scoreline. The absence of Kevin Kilbane, the major talking point of first 45 minutes. The second half begins at 0-0.
Patience is a key word for Spurs. Calm it down. Take your time on the pass more than they did in the first half. And Everton, of course, have just got to hold on for everything they've got there. I think David Moyes will probably say to Andy Johnson, run your legs off for me. We've always got Beattie we can bring on. And that might pose a different threat for Spurs. An aerial threat, getting the midfielders behind.
Naismith able to guide his header back to Tim Howard. Long kick from the Everton goalkeeper, but again, Davenport is going to beat Johnson in the air every time. Berbatov with a lovely layoff for Robbie Keane. Aaron Lennon now on the Tottenham right-hand side, taking on Naismith, who stood his task manfully and concedes the first corner of this second half.
That's better. Get it out to Aaron Lennon. Let him run at Naismith. Gets in the box here. Backs off. You can't touch him, but sticks to his guns well. Gets the block in. Keeps his eye on the ball.
Keane again with the set-piece deliveries. It's a better one this time. Dawson's header over the bar.
Well, that's going to be the threat, isn't it? Michael Dawson, Callum Davenport. The delivery's a good one. Gets up a little bit too early, maybe. And just couldn't do anything with it in the end, but it's always going to be a threat. Qualities of the right is the best, then Michael Dawson, Callum Davenport will have a good chance of attacking it.
When you're down to 10 men, so much is about maintaining possession when you have it. And Tim Howard unable to do that with that clearance, straight out of play for a Tottenham throw. Berbatov again finding Keane, two players who've been denied service because of this strong rearguard Everton action in the first half. Jermaine Genus for Spurs. Now Lee. Osman. Johnson peels out to his left-hand side. Only Osman in the centre for him to try and hit. He had his ankles caught by Edgar Davids. Referee signalling that he saw what had happened. Johnson, two further ahead of him as he lays it off towards Osman on the edge of the penalty area. And there is a foul spotted by Housey, whether it was the challenge on Cahill or the one on Osman, but it is a free kick just on the edge of the penalty area.
Robbie Keane not happy, but it's a ball played in by Johnson. Good first touch away. Is there a little nudge in the back by Davenport? It's the only thing it could be, I think.
Well, Mikel Arteta hit the post and the bar from positions like this time last week for Everton against Watford at Goodison Park. And the context of this game, this is the kind of situation that is so important for Everton. Gary Naismith standing over it as well, but it will certainly be Mikel Arteta to strike it. The Wall very reluctant to retreat the full distance of 10 yards. Osman standing behind the wall. Andy Johnson is poised there as well. Good strike from Arteta, but he couldn't get the ball to dip quickly enough.
It is an art in itself, trying to get the ball up and over to dip very, very quickly. Just cannot manage it high, and no trouble to the goalkeeper, Robinson. It's almost too close to the edge of the 18-yard box.
Yobo has dealt with Berbatov very well when the ball has been fired up in the air towards the pair of them. Poor challenge by Genus on Carsley.
This is frustration more than anything. Carsley gets there clearly, he's going for the ball, gets the legs. I think it's a bookable offence. Genuine attempt for the ball.
Good.
Everton throw. The opening 5 minutes of the second half have taken on a very similar pattern to the opening 45 minutes. Flick on at the near post by Timmy Cahill. And the net result of that is a goal kick. But still Everton able to get bodies behind the ball. Spurs finding it difficult to break them down. Chances at a premium at the other end as well. There is Kevin Kilban, watching from the sidelines for the majority of this game after his 2 yellow cards in the opening 32 minutes. Keane is offside.
It's better from Spurs, just keeping possession, trying to move players out of position to create that little opening. Been touched by Berbatov, played in, and he's very, very close. The linesman's dead in line with it.
Gary Naismith just about got forward enough, quickly enough.
Not a lot in it, that.
Well, it was 0-0 at half-time when these two sides met last year here at White Hart Lane back in October. 2 goals in 5 minutes around the hour mark won the game for Spurs. Mido, who of course has now departed, scoring the first, and Gina scoring the second, his first goal for Tottenham. And will Spurs be able to break through in the second half again? Johnson's done well. Everton fans that corner of the ground thought that he was impeded. Next time the free kick has been given.
He's done ever so well. That's what David Moyes will love to see. Desire to get there. I think it took Suakoto a little bit by surprise, the pace of Johnson. He battled for it right in front of his fans and gets himself a free kick out of it. And it's a little nudge in the back. It's needless, really. Linesman right on the money there.
Lescott and Yobo both wait on the edge of the penalty area. Lescott makes the near post run and was very close, but it's steered in. It's an own goal from Callum Davenport, and the 10 men of Everton lead by a goal to 0 at White Hart Lane.
Well, it was the quality of the ball in that caused the mistake. You've got to feel sorry for him. He couldn't do anything about it. Look at the quality. I think Lescott's going to put this in. Free header, he misses it, or does he get a touch? Just comes off the unlucky Davenport, but it's the quality that's put in here. Away from the keeper, invites the attack. I think there's a little faint touch there, and Davenport just can't get out of the way. It's attacked well by Lescott, gets half a yard. The unfortunate Davenport could do absolutely nothing about that. So I just hope the Tottenham fans don't get on his back, because those things happen. Wrong place, wrong time. It was all about the quality of the set piece.
Well, in the opening 4 hours of Premiership football this season, David Moyes has ridden the whole gamut of emotions. Has seen dollops of good luck, dollops of bad luck. It was not entirely down to luck, that goal, of course. Far from it. The side lead by a goal to 0. Berbatov with a header which goes down as a rare attempt on target from Spurs. One of the first they've had in the game. Easy for Howard. And can Everton build on this advantage? Down to 10 men, but leading by a goal to 0. Arteta left on the floor. Play goes on with Johnson. White Hart Lane, of course, the scene of that famous FA Cup comeback for Manchester City when they were down to 10 men and 3-0 down at half-time in a game, and came back to score 4 in the second half with only 10 men to win. Here's Robbie Keane trying to get past Lescott.
I've been impressed with Lescott. I think he's stuck to his task well. Hardly put a foot wrong.
Carsley. Cahill. And Spurs have a Already Defoe will make the change. It might not be a striker that comes off, of course. They might change to, or elect to alter the balance of play, and in fact it is Lee who will make way. And the South Korean fullback comes off. That will mean a little bit of a reshuffle.
Will they go through at the back now? Playing against one striker, you don't need maybe 4 at the back taking it.
Could be an important half-hour cameo for Jermaine Defoe, not just for Tottenham, but for the man himself. As he tries to cement his place in the England starting lineup for the forthcoming European Championship qualifiers against Andorra and Macedonia. It's also his 100th Tottenham appearance. He's never scored in a Premiership match against Everton. Leonard. Tottenham have to get into the game more. Naismith's header takes it into the danger area. Neville decided to let it bounce. Berbatov's eyes lit up. The prospect of being able to pick up loose possession inside the box. Cahill eventually can steer it away only as far as Davids. Asuakoto. And Berbatov trying to get the better of Karsley can only direct it to Tim Howard. Tanya. Asuakoto getting forward. Berbatov was waiting. Important clearance from Yobo. Defoe unable to turn. Tainio. Leonard. 7 forward for Tottenham. Can they make it pay this time? Lennon pulling it back. And Genus with a shot that induces catcalls from the crowd. Spurs fans very frustrated at how the 20 minutes of the second half have gone.
Was it a cross? Was it a shot? I thought it was a little bit in between from Jermaine Genus there. It's a thoroughly professional performance being put on by Everton here. Everybody knows the job. Everybody's sticking to the game plan. I'm seeing twist and turn there. I'm not sure if it was a shot or a cross. I think it was an in-between. He was a bit indecisive there with it. Whether they're just afraid of Andy Johnson's pace and that's why they're playing the way they are, I'm not too sure. But
certainly giving Everton a huge amount of respect. Leonard. And still Aaron Leonard. Actually trying to take on one too many, and Osman it was that came back, and now Everton might be able to break thanks to a clever return ball from Arteta. Davids snapping at Osman's heel, pull of the shirt there as well. He's done brilliantly to maintain possession. Wonderful play. Phil Neville getting forward. Johnson sweeps it in. 2-0 to the 10 men of Everton. A goal made by Leon Osman's industry in the midfield, and that's why they paid the money for Johnson. Spurs in all kinds of trouble now, midway through the second half, and the 10 men of Everton lead by 2-0.
That's tremendous, and they thoroughly deserve to be 2-0 up in this second half. They've been by far the better side. They've passed it better, they've held it better, and that's been just terrific performance from 10 men. Brilliant finish from Johnson. That's why they paid £8 million. You're quite right. But Osman, he's the architect. He played superbly against Blackburn in the second half in midweek. Look at Phil Neville, how far he is up. That's top quality striking, gets across his marker, and there's 2 of them, can't stop him, but it's the quality of the ball in from Philip Neville. Keeper can't come, gets across his marker. 2-0, deservedly so this second half. He's absolutely over the moon, and he's every right to be, because the 15 minutes he spent at half-time with the team talk, with the organisation, would have been so important to what we'd seen in this second half. And I just cannot believe how negative Spurs have been this second half against 10 men and 1 striker up front. They contributed to their own downfall. We've got a centre forward taking free kicks and corners. You know, just everything for me has not been right.
Karsley and Naismith defensively solid again.
I don't care if somebody will say to me, well, that's what we do. That's, Robbie Keane does take free kicks, he does take corners, that's the way we play it. Well, I say, hold on a minute, what do you pay him to do? Well, put the ball in the net. Well, go on, stick the ball in the net. I don't want you taking corners now. Leave it to Edgar Davids, leave it to Jermaine Genius. They're the midfield creative players.
Genius. Callum Davenport. Suakoto back for Zakora. Genius. Little give and go towards Robbie Keane, edge of the area, and he was outside the area, but it is a free kick. He was pulled down by Lescott. Clever play by Robbie Keane, and an opportunity now for Tottenham right on the edge of the box.
That's where you want Robbie Keane. That's where he does his damage. Good ball played in by Genius to feet. Lescott tries to get round him, can't do it. He's just outside the box.
Two men who know each other very well from days as apprentices at Wolves together. A long time ago as far as Robbie Keane's concerned. He's had a few clubs since then. How Tottenham need him, or the likes of Edgar Davids from here. Keane walks away from the situation. It's a very congested penalty area in front of Tim Howard. Tough ask for the goalkeeper with so many bodies between him and the free kick. Can Spurs find the catalyst for a recovery? Jermaine Defoe's effort straight into the wall, which did its job well. Osman and Neville throwing themselves in the flight of Defoe's free kick as if their lives depended on it. Only a Spurs corner. Keane will take it. Dawson makes the near post run. It's bending towards Davenport at the back, but he was off balance and consequently couldn't get the ball back into a central position.
Yep, takes the pressure off yet again. There's some tired minds and tired legs out there from an Everton perspective. Here's the free kick. Block came in, deflected off Lescott. That's what you've got to do. Throw your body at it, do anything you possibly can to keep it out the net. Look at those two. Probably a little bit illegally breaking there from the wall, but we get away with it.
Into the last 10 minutes. Given away. Suakoto's error. In from Cahill, but a rare mistake from an Everton player in the final third, just losing his balance and losing his boot as well. Can have another one. Zakora. Davids. One back by Osman. Good challenge on him again.
Midfield have been terrific for Everton.
Genius to keep it in. Tim Cahill will just be told to replace his footwear now. A man down, a boot down, 2 goals up, and deservedly so. Some deep from Zakora, cleverly defended by Neville. Just a little shove on Jermaine Defoe as the two of them were shaping up to get on the end of that cross. Pulled back in now towards Dawson, who's helped it down, but nobody attacked the second ball. Both Dawson and Lescott feeling the full brunt of that collision. As you can see, Lescott's got a bad cut above his eye.
That's bravery for you. A terrific challenge on Michael Dawson. They both had to go for it. Dawson pats him on the back.
A10 has closed the road north from the North Circular. The section of the A10 is expected to be closed for some time. Supporters are advised to seek an alternative route.
There's the challenge. Oh dear me. Brave as a lion.
Here's Dawson.
Well, Michael Dawson's been pushed up front by Spurs late in the game. Thought he'd stayed up from the last corner, but he's staying up there. What's the point in sending him up there now? Plenty of time to do that. And now you never have got the audacity to put two up front. Cahill's joined Johnson.
Tactically this afternoon, David Moyes has been brilliant.
Spot on, without a doubt.
Foul by Johnson on Zakora.
He still looks fresh, doesn't he? Still full of running. No wonder. Back in the England squad, goal this afternoon, second of the season.
Robinson's free kick hoisted towards Dawson, handed away by Yobo. Lennon. Zakora. I don't think he would have been going in. Keane stopping it. Back for Zakora again. Lennon tries to get to the byline, he's done well. Carsley can get it clear. Arteta to Osman. Osman away from Masu Akoto. Looked for the reverse ball for Andy Johnson, knew instinctively where he was but just couldn't quite pick him out.
Shouldn't have done that. Keep possession, don't give it back to the Spurs, don't encourage them back in this game.
Lennon, can he make an impact in the closing moments? Made the most of a little bit of contact from Arteta. Here's a free kick which will be taken by Everton. Looks as though he could have stayed by Tottenham. Sorry, looks as though he could have stayed on his feet though. There, Aaron Lennon coming into a menacing position.
That definitely seemed very minimal contact there. He looked like he's hurt himself. Arteta had given it up here. Realised he'd been done there. Just stands on the side of his foot. I don't think it was intentional. It was just Lennon's hurt himself more than it looked in the first place.
Well, if Tottenham can get one back here, it will make for a pulsating finish to an intriguing second half here at White Hart Lane. Jermaine Genus, only a two-man wall ahead of him, doesn't go for goal, looked instead for Callum Davenport. And Everton play their way out of trouble.
It's a decent ball in again by Genus.
Lennon. Everton looking increasingly stretched, and Keane, how did he not score? And how did Dawson coming in the back post not score?
Well, I think that sums it up for Tottenham. The afternoon. It's a flick on initially by Davenport. Lennon got on the end of it, put the right ball in, and that man who usually snaffles those up doesn't. We see the flick on, does the right thing, puts it across the face of the goal. Maybe tries to be a little bit too clever, and there's no chance for the two players at the far post. Lennon does everything right, gets his look through the legs. Does he try to be too clever? Usually see them rippling the back of the nets from Robbie Keane.
In the final minute of the 90. Everton are almost there. Davenport this time does get the free kick from Arteta.
Yobo's been a tower of strength back there as well this afternoon. I can't think of a performance from an Everton player that's been below par at all.
In towards Defoe. Lennon. Jermaine Defoe on his left foot. Close, but again, perhaps symptomatic of Tottenham's afternoon.
Yeah, it's a good chance. Skewed wide. And again, Tim Howard not tested. That one weak header from Berbatov, I think it was, from 8 or 9 yards. Does well here, threads it out to Lennon. Just a little bit of luck with the deflection here. Just can't wrap his leg round. It's slightly off balance, and that's why it's gone bending wide.
Only 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Surprised perhaps, we've had 3 substitutions and relatively lengthy stoppage when Lescott got hurt.
They deserved that, Everton. They'd have been thinking, oh, 5 minutes here at least.
Asuakoto stumbles but maintains possession. Gets it in towards Dawson. Berbatov, Robbie Keane, Lennon. And the header saved by Howard from Berbatov. But this is the kind of pressure we're mystified why Tottenham couldn't supply it 20 minutes ago.
Well, it's the last couple of minutes, tired minds, tired legs. But they're finally throwing bodies forward too late. Good ball in. It's a decent header downwards, which you should do. And at last, Tim Howard has to floor himself lengthwise to make a save.
Plenty of early departures from White Hart Lane. Spurs fans clearly not happy, but the Everton supporters that have made the long journey down from Merseyside will be delighted. Their side have done them proud this afternoon, thoroughly deserving the 3 points. Naismith's header away. Everton have won at White Hart Lane for the first time since 1985, and after only 3 points from their opening 3 games, Spurs' season, which promised so much, has already hit the buffers. Andy Johnson scored the second after Callum Davenport's own goal had given Everton the lead. They played an hour of the game with only 10 men after Kevin Kilban was sent off, but they thoroughly deserved the victory. A brave, resilient performance from Everton. And Spurs lacked ideas, lacked penetration, and a frustrating afternoon for them. They'll be going back to the drawing board after the international break. But Everton, 7 points in their opening 3 matches, and David Moyes has had a magnificent afternoon. Full-time score, Spurs 0, Everton 2.
Well, congratulations, David. I would imagine there have been very few days in your managerial career that have given you as much satisfaction as this one.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking that just as you asked me that question. I think today's performance has probably given me as much pleasure as any of them. Coming to Tottenham, you know, who we know have spent big, brought in some tremendous players, and also a really good team. I said last year when we played Tottenham near the end of last season at home that I thought they were the best team we had played as far as football went. But I thought today we played really well and won the game with 10 men, which was fantastic.
Well, Martin, that must go down as one of the most frustrating days you've had since you've been here.
Could be, because I mean we lost against Chelsea, and I can remember I lost a defeat against Man United, and I thought today, you know, after the sending off, maybe it would have been our day. But as I said before, it was very disappointing, and after the 1-0. And that is the only thing I thought, if you give away free kicks, and that is what we did, you know, in the second half, and another free kick in the corner, that is possibly the only opportunity for them to score, and that is what they did. And all credits to them, because I think they try to outfight us, and they get a lot of confidence out of the 1-0. And then you have to play your football, and we never seem to do that, because the first time that we played the ball forward to the strikers was probably in the 70th minute.
That's 7 points, Phil, from the first 3 games. Is that a better start than you anticipated, realistically?
Well, it's the start that we wanted. If you'd have asked us 7 weeks ago when the manager's got us back for pre-season, he wanted us to hit the ground running, and I think we've done that this week. We've got better as the week's gone on, and we've had a great pre-season too. So the build-up to the season's been fantastic so far. Maybe the international break now has come at the wrong time for us, because we'd like to keep the momentum going, but our next match is the Merseyside derby. And that's a big test for us after coming to White Hart Lane today and winning.
You've still got time to strengthen the transfer market, and every morning the papers link you with players from all over Europe. Stuart Downing's name has particularly been mentioned. What's the situation with him?
Yeah, the first question, you know, that they link Spurs with every other player in Europe, I can't do nothing about it, because the agents will do that anyway. But Stuart Downing, that is somebody we would like to have in our squad. I think he's a very good player for us. He could give us a bit extra on the left. He will give us a bit extra on the left, and we put a very good offer in, our highest offer, and hopefully they will accept. And if not, you know, it would be